So, let's talk about promises. Politicians love them. They hand them out like free candy during a parade. We'll fix the economy. We'll build new roads. And usually, those promises disappear faster than my dad going out for milk. But then, a young leader in West Africa, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, stood up and made a promise that sounded completely insane. Not just new roads, not just a few new buildings. He promised to give away 50,000 brand new homes for free. No rent, no mortgage, no strings attached. People probably thought, yeah, right, and I'm going to fly to the moon on a unicorn. It was a promise so big, so bold, that it seemed destined to fail. But here we are, in the summer of 2025, and the unbelievable is happening. On the outskirts of Ouagadougou, a new city is rising from the red earth. This isn't a mirage. This isn't a political stunt that ends after the press conference. It's a real city, with real houses for real people. Captain Traoré didn't just talk the talk. He rolled up his sleeves and started building. This project is a direct answer to the cynicism that has spread across so many nations. It shows what can happen when a leader decides to serve the people instead of just serving themselves. It's a powerful message, not just for Burkina Faso, but for anyone who has ever been told that their dreams are impossible. When the announcement first came in late 2024, the world was skeptical. Another African leader with a grand vision? We've seen that movie before, and it usually ends with a lot of wasted money and half-finished projects. But Traoré's government was different. They didn't go begging for foreign aid. They didn't take out massive loans that would cripple the country for generations. Instead, they looked inward. They said, we have the resources. We have the people. We can do this ourselves. This wasn't just about building houses, it was about building national pride and proving that an African nation could solve its own problems with its own hands. And so, the work began. The sound of hammers and machinery filled the air, a symphony of progress. This wasn't just construction, it was the construction of a new narrative. A narrative where an African leader keeps his word, where the nation's wealth is used to lift up its most vulnerable citizens, where hope isn't just a word you hear in a speech, but something you can see, touch, and live in. The 50,000 home project is more than a housing initiative. It's a statement. It's Captain Traoré looking the world in the eye and saying, watch us build our future, and believe me, the world is watching. Now, when you hear free housing project, you might picture rows of identical soulless concrete boxes. But that's not what's happening here. This isn't just about giving people a roof over their heads. It's about giving them a community to call home. The city was designed with people in mind. These aren't just housing units, they are fully functional neighborhoods. Each home is connected to a reliable supply of clean water, something that is still a luxury for so many people around the world. It's a basic human right being delivered as a standard feature. Imagine that. This project understands that a home is more than just four walls and a door. The vision extends far beyond shelter. The entire city is powered by solar energy. Think about that for a second. While some of the richest countries in the world are still arguing about renewable energy, a nation in the Sahel is building an entire city powered by the sun. This provides clean, reliable, and cheap electricity to every single family. But it doesn't stop there. The city includes brand new schools, so children can get an education without having to travel for hours. It has modern health clinics, so people can get care when they need it. It's a holistic approach to community building. Who gets to live in this new city of hope? The government was very specific. These homes are for the people who need them most. They are for the families displaced by years of conflict, who lost everything. They are for single mothers and widows, who are often the most overlooked and vulnerable members of society. They are for the youth, who need a stable foundation to build their futures. This isn't a lottery for the well-connected. It's a lifeline for those who have been pushed to the margins. It's a deliberate, targeted effort to heal the nation from the ground up, starting with its most fragile citizens. And to make sure this community can sustain itself, they've included community farming zones and vocational tech hubs. This means residents can grow their own food, ensuring food security. It also means young people can learn valuable skills for the jobs of the future, right in their own neighborhood. This isn't a handout, it's a hand up. The project is designed to create a cycle of empowerment where people are given the tools they need to not just survive, but to thrive. It's a comprehensive model for what development should look like: sustainable, people-focused, and built to last for generations. So, the big question is, how did they pay for it? A project of this scale costs a massive amount of money. And this is where the story gets really interesting. Captain Traoré's government didn't turn to the IMF or the World Bank. They didn't fly to Paris or Washington with a begging bowl. Instead, they decided to fund this entire revolution with their own money. This is a radical idea in a world where so many developing nations are trapped in a cycle of debt and dependency. Burkina Faso decided to break the cycle. They said, "Our wealth belongs to our people." The first step was to take control of their own natural resources. For decades, foreign companies have been mining Burkina Faso's gold, with most of the profits flowing out of the country. Traoré's government changed the rules. They nationalized key mines and passed a new mining code that gives the state a much larger share of the profits. They even started building their own gold refinery. Suddenly, the immense wealth that was being extracted from their soil started staying in the country. That money, which used to build mansions in other parts of the world, is now building homes for the Burkinabe people. The second step was a fierce war on corruption. We all know the story. In many countries, public funds have a way of disappearing into the pockets of a few powerful individuals. Traoré's administration put a stop to that. They cracked down on waste and graft, redirecting that stolen money back into the national treasury. Every dollar saved from a corrupt deal was another dollar that could be used to buy cement, to pay a worker, or to install a solar panel. It turns out, when you stop the leaks, you find you have a lot more water in the bucket than you thought. And finally, they put their own people to work. This entire project is a showcase of local talent. The architects, the engineers, the construction workers, they are all from Burkina Faso. This created thousands of jobs and injected money directly into the local economy. It also built up local skills and capacity, so the country won't have to rely on foreign experts for future projects. By using local materials and local labor, they kept the cost down and the benefits high. This isn't just about building a city, it's about building an entire ecosystem of self-sufficiency. It's a masterclass in how to use a nation's own resources for its own people. The impact of this project goes far beyond the physical buildings. It's about restoring something that has been eroded by years of poverty and conflict, human dignity. Imagine being a family that has been living in a makeshift tent in a displacement camp for years. You've lost your home, your land, and your sense of security. And then, one day, someone hands you the keys to a brand new house. A house with running water, electricity, and a door you can lock. That's not just a change in your living situation. It's a change in your entire life. It's a message that you matter, that your country sees you, and that you deserve a safe place to call home. This project is a powerful engine for social change. By providing stable housing, it gives people the foundation they need to rebuild their lives. A child who has a quiet place to study is more likely to succeed in school. A mother who doesn't have to worry about where her family will sleep at night can focus on finding work or starting a small business. It breaks the cycle of survival mode and opens up a world of possibility. This is how you build a strong nation. Not from the top down, but from the bottom up, one family at a time. It's a powerful investment in the country's human capital. The economic impact is also huge. The project has created thousands of jobs for local people, from skilled engineers to general laborers. This puts money directly into the pockets of ordinary citizens, which then gets spent in local markets, creating a ripple effect throughout the economy. It proves that you don't need foreign investment to create jobs. You can create them yourself by investing in your own country. This is a powerful counter-narrative to the idea that African nations must sell off their assets to create employment. Burkina Faso is showing that there is another way. Most importantly, this project is a tangible symbol of a government that works for its people. In a world full of broken promises, seeing a government deliver something so concrete and so meaningful is incredibly powerful. It builds trust between the citizens and their leaders. It makes people feel like they are part of something bigger than themselves, a national project of renewal and hope. People are not just receiving homes, they are witnessing the birth of a new kind of governance, one that prioritizes the well-being of its citizens above all else. This gives people a reason to believe in their country again. The waves from this project are being felt far beyond the borders of Burkina Faso. Across Africa, people are watching with a mixture of awe and inspiration. For so long, the story of Africa has been told through the lens of poverty, war, and corruption. The 50,000 Home Project is a powerful new chapter in that story. It's a story of African ingenuity, African self-reliance, and African solutions to African problems. Young people from Nigeria to Kenya to South Africa are looking at Captain Traoré and seeing a new model of leadership. They are seeing that it's possible to break free from the old colonial mindset of dependency. This project is a direct challenge to the narrative that Africa needs saving by the West. For decades, foreign aid and loans have been presented as the only solution to the continent's problems. But often, that help comes with strings attached, trapping nations in debt and forcing them to adopt policies that don't serve their people. Burkina Faso is showing that there is an alternative. By using its own resources and its own people, it is forging a path to true sovereignty. This is inspiring other nations to look at their own resources and ask, what can we do for ourselves? Of course, not everyone is celebrating. Some in the West look at this with suspicion. A young, popular, anti-imperialist leader who is actually delivering for his people? That doesn't fit the script. They might call it populism or question its sustainability, but for millions of Africans, it looks like progress. It looks like a leader who is finally putting his people first. It's a disruption to the old way of doing things, and disruptions always make the establishment nervous. But you can't argue with a new city rising from the dust, powered by the sun and filled with happy families. This project has become a symbol of a new Pan-African dream. It's a dream where African nations control their own destinies, where their wealth is used to benefit their own people, and where they work together to build a prosperous and dignified future. The Alliance of Sahel States, formed by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, is a political expression of this dream. They are saying that they are stronger together and that they will no longer be pawns in a global chess game. The City of Hope in Burkina Faso is the physical manifestation of this new spirit of independence and pride. At the very core of this revolutionary project is a deep commitment to the two groups that hold the key to Africa's future: women and youth. This isn't just an afterthought, it's woven into the very fabric of the city's design. A significant portion of the homes are specifically reserved for single mothers and widows. This is a radical act of social justice. In many societies, these women are left to fend for themselves, facing incredible hardship. By giving them a secure home, the government is giving them a foundation of safety and dignity, allowing them and their children to flourish. The focus on women goes beyond just housing. The new health clinics in the city have a strong emphasis on maternal and child health care. This ensures that mothers can give birth safely and that their children get a healthy start in life. When you empower women, you empower the entire community. Healthy and secure women raise healthy and educated children, creating a positive cycle that will benefit the nation for generations to come. This project understands that you cannot build a strong nation without strong women. It is a powerful investment in the social fabric of the country. For the youth, this city is a launchpad for their dreams. The vocational tech hubs are designed to equip young people with the skills they need for the 21st century economy. They can learn coding, digital marketing, or how to repair solar panels. This isn't just about giving them a job, it's about giving them a career and a future. By investing in youth education and technology, Burkina Faso is preparing its next generation to be innovators and leaders, not just laborers. It is a clear signal that the youth are not seen as a problem to be managed, but as the nation's greatest asset. Ultimately, this city is more than just a collection of buildings. It is a powerful symbol of a nation taking control of its own destiny. It's a story of how a young leader dared to dream big and then had the courage to make that dream a reality. It shows a shift from a mindset of survival to one of sovereignty and pride. For the people of Burkina Faso and for people all across Africa, this city is a beacon of hope. It is proof that a better future is not something you wait for. It's something you build with your own hands, for your own people, with dignity and strength.